So I just wanted to ask you one question. How is preference different from choosing the one that you're compatible with? Like if I'm gonna say I need a tall, I'm 5'5" and I need someone 5'7", is that a preference or am I being into this physical attributes? When I talk to my friends, when I say that maybe I need a Marathi guy because I can resonate with him. I know எனக்கு தமிழ் தெரியும், but people ridicule me about my Tamil. But I think I will resonate more with a Marathi guy. But I don't want to be. If I really like a Tamil guy, I will definitely marry him. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But how do you see these things? Like, are preferences overshadows the way you see the world, or are you being the one who is being judgmental about the physical attributes and I think I need a fat guy because so and so?
Okay.
Like, how do you I think that's a very thin line, being aggressive over it and having a preference. Yeah.
Aishwarya Rai, she once said in an interview that when I wrote down what I wanted in a man when I was 20 years old was good looking, whatever. When I was 25, the list changed. It became shorter. When I was 30 years old, it became even more shorter. Can I just find a guy? Basically. So, as you grow older, your preference will change, but it will also change according to how much is available to you. Right? So I started when my young reading so many books, and remember I told you about my Vellakara fantasy things, right? So first was a Vellakara and everything, and then Vellakaranga is always very tall. So so one thought shaped everything else. So Vellakara means he's tall. Vellakara means that maybe I'll be migrating. Vellakara means, so it's like the preference grew from there, right? So and also, because it was very young age that I had this thought that I'll be marrying a Vellakare. So I was like, oh, that means my English must be really good. I started reading so much of stuff. I started improving my English. So everything, it just trickled down. One thing can make you decide a lot of things. So when a person says that I want a tall girl or a tall man, it's not they want a tall man or tall girl. It is because they saw someone on a picture or they read something where they saw this ideal girl and she was tall and she was had these attributes. So then they like, if okay, I can't get a Nayandra, but I'll have the same attributes as Nayandra over here. She must have like a long glowing hair. And then 10 years down the road, when your mother or matchmaker asks, but why do you want this? They're like, I don't know, I just want this. They forget that it was because it was Nayandra inspired. It becomes so ingrained within you that you suddenly start saying that this is what I want, this is my ideal woman, and it's playing in your head every single day that it just becomes a mantra for you. So
yeah,
if you break down a list of someone, they wouldn't know why they want a short guy, they wouldn't know why they want a tall guy. So it's everything that we have been exposed to that yeah. So lately I've been going out with guys who doesn't matter the height, but lately I went out with a guy who, so I have always gone out with guys who are so much taller than me, like this tall. Like I have to look like that, like have neck pain for the rest of my life. this so then that a couple of months ago I went out with someone who was the same height as me, and and so what, it doesn't matter, it was a great date. So it's like all the preference just get crushed when you meet the right person. And then a lot of people will realize that they actually when they look at the list of looks, right, none of it actually match, but it's perfect in terms of connection. At the end of the day, remember this guy Akash, he's saying that I want to connect with this person on an intellect way and everything, but he says that, but actually what he wants is a person like his mom. So even he don't know what he's looking for. He thought that's what he was looking for, but at the end of the day, when he sits across her, he's like, okay, I don't want your intellectual bullshit. Are you going to stay at home and take care of the children? So it changes immediately. So
immediately.
So what I'm saying to you is that first, your preference change with age, You will, if you're having a hard time dating and finding a guy, you will come to a point, it's like, get me someone like Aparna, who says that. Yeah, get me someone, so preference change with age, and preference is not really based on what you really want. It was based on what you thought is an ideal partner. And then once you realize, so once you connect with a person, you have more experience connecting with people. That's why dating is important, because you meet more people. Once you go on dates, you also realize what you want, what you don't want. You see across.
Exactly. That's true.
I've sat across the most handsome guys on dates, and I've looked at, and then I'll go back to my list and like the handsome, tall, and all that. But வாயிலிருந்து ஒரு வார்த்தை வருதா, அவனுக்கு காசு கொடுக்கணும், அப்பதான் பேசுவான். அந்த லெவலுக்கு.
கண்டிப்பா.
You don't worry about if you have preference right now. If you have like, I want a particular Marathi guy, or I'm open to everybody, or whatever preference that you have right now, honestly,
it will completely change.
It will completely change, not just based on who you meet. It's also based on you. You haven't found a job, right? So once you go
before, so I mean, so it's just I'm actually trying to figure out what I really want before I get into commitment, because I don't want to make the mistake of getting into relationship or marriage right now and then figuring out, oh my god, this is not what I want. Even if I marry a Marathi guy, if it's not gonna sync with my vibes, then that's not what I would want.
Exactly. So to be very honest, like a lot of people who have plenty of dating advice, I'm talking as a behalf of all of the people that I've heard say, is that at 25 years old, there's so much for you to discover about yourself. So it's not about who you want right now, it's about who you are right now. So figure that out, and who you want will just, the list will happen somehow.
Yeah. That's perfect. Thank you.